Congress to justify blind loyalty to Trump, they would have to concede that Trump is omniscient, that he somehow knows across the board what's good for all of us. And that just doesn't fly. I mean, even in their minds, that can't be the reason. But it's really the only logical reason that they could provide for having him rule everything and make all the decisions for the government. Which again points me to, there's got to be something that Trump's going to do for them, or some entity outside of Congress that has leverage on Trump or somehow thinks that he's going to do something that's good for them. You know, maybe Congress at that level. Maybe they just think he's going to do something great for them and doesn't care about the people. But maybe the reason why they think it's okay for Trump is that maybe it's not even them. Maybe they don't even think it's okay for Trump to rule everything. They vote like it, but maybe some entity outside of that, outside of our government, or our government the way it should be, maybe they're the ones that are controlling all of it. Maybe they're dictating who does what. Maybe they have leverage on people across the board. Some kind of secret that is so important that all these people fall in line, and somehow it all flows up to Trump. So is Trump the useful patsy, the useful idiot for something else going on? And when he passes, then the true plan, whatever that is, and whoever is pulling the strings, is that what it is? The true plan is going to come to fruition after he's gone, after he somehow lays this loyalist foundation, like Trump's duped by corporations, entities, whatever, into completely acting like a buffoon that's in control of everything, causing chaos just to lay the groundwork for something later, some group that wants to take over or is already taking over at this point. We just got to kind of think this through and try to figure out why our reality is the way it is, because it's not America the way we've known it for the last almost 250 years. I mean, absolutely not. Masked people out there in the streets, grabbing people off the streets, no justifiable reason other than they look like they might be here illegally. That's insane. Racial profiling it's not been legal. It's still not legal. The Supreme Court issued some kind of something that says it's okay, but did Congress make that okay? Is it really a law that now you can go out and, because somebody has brown skin, you can detain them and force them to show you ID, or throw them into some detention center until you can figure out if they're here legally? And if they aren't, you deport them somewhere? It's insanity. And somehow that's our reality right now. If we went back to like the 80s or even the 90s, or even, good God, like a year ago, 2 years ago, say, and somebody said, yeah, we're going to have mass people out there in the street doing this to people, we would have thought that was nuts. We'd have said, no, that's what they do, in the Middle East, or, in all these dictatorial societies, countries, all that. There's no way that we would do that here. And now we're doing it. And somehow a minority of people in the government have been able to convince everybody that we are under such a threat that it's okay to take these extreme measures. And it's kind of like the Patriot Act happened back in the Iraq war days. Not even a war. Congress never declared war. It's actually a conflict. I don't know. It wasn't right the way it happened. But anyway, point being, the Patriot Act, now they're allowed to do all this surveillance. They're allowed to invade our privacy because they, under suspicion that something's going to happen, or that we're up to something no good. But the Patriot Act, it's too rife for abuse right now. It should be abolished, but it's gone even farther than the original intent. Now they have, because of Doge, they now have all of our personal data, and they can manipulate it, but they can also use it against us for anything. If we're under suspicion of something, they can access all of our things, and they can decide what's suspicious. They don't need real justification to look into us. Our privacy is absolutely invaded right now. And because they have all of our bank information, all of our social security numbers, all of our work history, all of our social media, all of our conversations, if they've been tapping cell phones, which I believe they have everything on us. So if that's not invading our privacy, I don't know what is, because there's no part of our life that they're not invading. I mean, maybe they don't, I guess, cameras like in our bedrooms or whatever, but they're even trying to dictate what we do there, right? So we're being stripped of our constitutional rights, left and right, and we're accepting it. And our Congress is supposed to fight for us so that we don't have to deal with that, but they are complicit in it. They are saying it's okay. Why? What is everybody so afraid of that the means justify the ends? That's the key question there. And I have no answer. I mean, they pointed to immigrants, said that we were supposed to fear them. God, good God, even they're eating our pets. I mean, and J.D. Vance, I saw in an interview where the interviewer said, "Do you really believe that?" And he said, "It doesn't matter." So again, they think the means justify the ends. He can lie to the American public, and somehow that's okay. They can make up a story that fits whatever their goals are, and somehow that's okay. And he said that on TV. I didn't hear the interviewer, unless they cut it out, the interviewer didn't even say, "Dude, you're saying that this thing happened and you don't know if it happened? And you don't go back to the American people in a podium and say, yeah, we went a little bit far. Yeah, we, kind of exaggerated what's going on, because we know that all of these illegal immigrants are dangerous to our country. So that justifies it."